Now on Good Morning Northwest, the final steps before a murder trial that's drawn nationwide attention. Bryan Kohberger returns to court this morning as prosecutors prepare their case in the deaths of 4 University of Idaho students.
And for one day only, most of us are getting a break from wet weather. What you need to know as we get ready for the weekend.
And aging schools and limited after-school programs. Find out how your vote this November could change the future for hundreds of Spokane children. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Thursday, May 15th. We're going to start things off this morning with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at that first alert forecast. Good morning, Matt.
All right, good morning. And most of us expecting a drier day, a little bit of a sunnier start as well. That said, we are still keeping an eye on some things on live Doppler radar this morning. So let's take a little zoom in. A lot of this wet weather that we're still seeing is over, well, the mountains. It's getting the bears and the moose and the deer wet. But we did see some sprinkles around the Clark Fork area that's right about to cross over into western Montana. So things wrapping up there. Meanwhile, we've actually seen some spotty showers trying to get themselves going this morning across Whitman County and the Palouse here. So Garfield's seeing a little bit of a sprinkle. We've seen sprinkles around Colfax and Steptoe as well this morning. And so those will be something to watch as they track across the Palouse region for the rest of your morning hours. Everybody else, staying dry here for the morning and through midday. And we will end up in the mid-60s, so a little bit warmer than we were at this time yesterday. However, as we head into the afternoon, the sun may start to go away in many areas as we begin to cloud up ahead of our next weather maker, which is going to be coming in on Friday and leading to some much cooler temperatures as we end the week and start the weekend. What you need to know and how long you're going to be needing a raincoat with the forecast upcoming.
Matt, thanks. In a couple of hours, Bryan Kohberger will be back in court in Boise for the last scheduled hearing before his August trial.
Kohberger is accused of killing University of Idaho students Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonzalez, Ethan Chapin, and Xander Kernodle in November of 2022. Allison Martinez is joining us live in studio this morning to explain what to expect in today's hearing. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. Today is Kohberger's pre-trial hearing. Both sides will check in with the judge on any outstanding issues that need to be discussed before the trial starts. It's been an eventful couple of weeks of hearings leading up to this point. Here's a recap on what's been discussed. Recent pretrial hearings have touched on the admissibility of key pieces of evidence, including Kohberger's autism diagnosis, DNA analysis, his Amazon purchase history, and a witness's description of the suspect's bushy eyebrows. The defense has presented several arguments as to why Kohberger should not be eligible for the death penalty if convicted, but Judge Hippler has rejected all of those motions. Kohberger is scheduled to go on trial this summer in Boise. The trial was moved from Latah County. Today's hearing will start at 8 a.m. and you can watch the live stream on KXLY+. Reporting in studio, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thanks. The Spokane Public Schools Board voted unanimously to put its bond in the Together Spokane initiative on the November ballot.
The Spokane Parks and Recreation approved its levy for the same election last week. The Boys and Girls Club is a key partner in this initiative and could bring major changes for local students. In Northeast Spokane, it is the only club within city limits, and leaders say the current location limits access for families outside the neighborhood. If the bond and levy pass, the club plans to move and open locations within Adams and Madison elementary schools, expanding after-school programs and resources for more kids across Spokane.
So being in the schools will allow kids to essentially walk down the hall and have a safe and positive place to go for after-school programs.
If the measure passes, the district will rebuild both Adams and Madison elementary schools. Madison itself, built in 1949, needs both the bond and levy to move forward. School leaders say upgrades are needed to provide safe, comfortable learning environments for students.
We are following breaking news. A 16-year-old girl is missing and may be in need of life-saving medical treatment. This is Sierra Quattlebaum. She was last seen on Monday morning in North Spokane near East Magnesium and Nevada Street. According to Spokane police, Sierra has a medical condition that could become life-threatening if untreated. Sierra is 5'3", weighs about 115 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black hoodie, gray sweatpants, and white Crocs. She may still be in the Spokane area, but investigators don't know right now. So if you've seen Sierra or know where she might be, call Crime Check at 509-456-2233. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. A Washington Supreme Court ruling allows people to clear old drug possession convictions, but proposed state budget cuts could end funding for legal help. The Way to Justice, a Spokane nonprofit, relies on this funding to guide people through the expungement process. Now, this group faces uncertainty as lawmakers cut funding from the budget.
That if you stop funding halfway through this project, we're not gonna achieve what the Blake decision promised.
The Way to Justice says that it will keep helping clients for now, but if state support ends, the group will need to find some new ways to fund this public service. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:05.
All right, and as we talk about our forecast this morning, we get a little bit of a break from the wet weather we've been seeing, and we're going to see some more of it.
Yeah, we are going to see some more. And
Oh, what is that?
Carmel, it's foggy. You know, we saw a lot of rain in our northern valleys yesterday. So, yeah, some places dealing with that fog this morning. Kind of pea soup there.
Yeah, wow.
Drive carefully. Low beams on. Everybody else looking a lot different, especially at Spokane this morning. We will take a look at some more changes in your forecast coming up shortly.
And after a near tragedy years ago, a popular Spokane County park is now safer than ever. The emotional return of the man who inspired the changes at Bear Lake Regional Park after the break.
And up next, who is truly an American citizen? The constitutional showdown starting today in the Supreme Court and what it means for millions of families.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Papa Murphy's, we build your pizza with the freshest ingredients. You take it and bake it fresh in your oven.
So technically, I make the pizza.
Right now, get the limited time Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swaff and Associates, it got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Get ready for the thrill of a lifetime at the Last Stand Rodeo this Memorial Day weekend, May 23rd through the 25th in Coulee City. Presented by Chess Ford and NextEra Energy Resources. Get your tickets online at laststandrodeo.com. Don't miss it.
Here at Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're more than just a car dealership. We're family. For the past 53 years, we've been proudly serving our community.
We offer the best vehicles with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
From coast to coast, we've got you covered.
Whether you're looking for an affordable used car, we're looking to upgrade to a new Honda. We're here to make the process simple and stress-free.
It's not just about selling cars.
We give back to local charities and support our community.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Beep, beep. We think three-pointers should be called triple plays.
And we brought in a basketball expert to support us.
Just former college and pro star Rob Sacre. So, Rob, what do we call, one of these?
Triple play. You know, shooting triple plays wasn't exactly my specialty.
Well, outside shooters are well outside our budget.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Rob, how did you score?
At Papa Murphy's, we build your pizza with the freshest ingredients. You take it and bake it fresh in your oven.
So technically, I make the pizza.
Right now, get the limited time Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fairway Floor.
It is 9 minutes after 6. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The Supreme Court is taking up a case today that could change who qualifies for U.S. citizenship at birth.
Justices will decide if children born in the U.S. to non-citizens are automatically citizens, a direct challenge to President Trump's executive order. Federal judges blocked that order, but the court's ruling, expected by early summer, could have wide-ranging effects on immigration and presidential authority.
Boeing has landed its biggest wide-body order ever, a $96 billion deal with Qatar for up to 210 jets, including 130 Dreamliners and 30 777-9s. The agreement was finalized during President Trump's visit to Qatar yesterday. It's a major boost for Boeing, which has faced financial troubles and safety issues. The deal comes just days after Trump announced he will accept a luxury jet from Qatar, raising bipartisan ethics and security questions.
The Environmental Protection Agency says it will drop federal limits on 3 types of forever chemicals in drinking water. It's supporting President Trump's push for fewer business regulations. The Biden administration had set the first national standards for PFAS last year, aiming to reduce health risks. Health advocates backed the limits, but water agencies sued, arguing that the cost of new treatment systems is too high.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced tough questions on Capitol Hill over his views on vaccine safety and proposed budget cuts. During the hearing, Kennedy told lawmakers, "I don't think people should be taking medical advice from me," despite his role as the nation's top health official. He also questioned vaccine testing, a claim Senator Bill Cassidy quickly corrected, underscoring the debate over public health policy.
10-second takeaway today in your forecast. Got a one-day break from the rain for the majority of us. There'll still be a couple of sprinkles out there, but really it's going to be Friday morning that we start to see things get a little soggy again, and that includes your weekend forecast, which is coming up.
One of Spokane County's most beloved parks is now back open. Bear Lake Regional Park is about a 30-minute drive north of Spokane, just beyond Chattaroy. The park has been closed for the past year, while county officials made significant safety and accessibility improvements. Now, those changes were all inspired by Fred Margiotta. Years ago, he came here to fish. When the retaining wall that he was on collapsed, sending him into the water, he was completely submerged and unable to get out of his wheelchair. Unfortunately, people jumped in to rescue him. He returned for the reopening, emotional to see how much that park had improved.
I wanted to cry, very emotional to see what they've done to the lake and knowing it's more safer for more people.
That failed retaining wall is now a thing of the past at Bear Lake. To see what replaced it and how it will help keep families safe, find this story. It's up right now on KXLY.com. And hitting the lake is just one of the many things that you and your family can do this spring and summer here in the Inland Northwest. And right now, we're in the middle of creating our Get Outside Guide.
We are curating a list of the best, mostly free outdoor experiences. And we want your help to build it, whether it's a hidden gem or a family favorite. We want to hear about it. Just visit KXLY.com/GetOutside to share your favorite outdoor adventures and check back before Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial kickoff to summer, to see the full guide and get inspired for your next adventure.
There's so many out there.
There sure are. Good morning, Northwest time is now 6:13.
Everyone will be celebrated. That's the powerful mantra behind a first-of-its-kind event transforming the high school experience for hundreds of special education students here in Spokane. See the joy unfold. That's coming up next.
But first, let's take a break and a live look at the beautiful tulips there at Manitou Park on this Thursday morning. We have much more Good Morning Northwest still to come.
Attention! Save up to 50% at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa tent sale this weekend at Spokane Valley Mall. Don't put off buying any longer. You can have a hot tub now. Over 50 models on display. Every floor model must go. Come see revolutionary swim spas that can heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa blowout sale this weekend at Spokane Valley Mall. Call 1-833-OUR-SPAS or go to discountspas.com.
Is your favorite beach contaminated? For the first time in decades, Idaho is testing the sand and water where your kids play. I'm Natalie Grant. I'll show you how the testing works, why it's happening now, and what it could reveal about hidden risks. Watch Thursday at 6 on 4 News Now.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck?
Get real results.
Get Russell and Hill.
I was hit by an intoxicated driver. I came upon Russell and Hill, and it was really, really great to have an expert working for me. I got more than I was expecting, significantly more than what insurance was originally telling me I would get. I would absolutely recommend Russell and Hill.
Russell and Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
With an unsettling economy, Caritas Food Bank has new clients enrolling every day. Now serving over 500 households a month, it's time for the Extreme Team to help with Caritas's growth. 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
My name is Paul Daglin. I've been with Granite Concepts for coming on 19 years now. From the beginning, it's all about customer satisfaction and quality because we want you to be happy. Technology has changed the game of what we can do. If you can do it with wood, you basically can have it done in stone. At Granite Concepts, we want you to feel at home.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival, presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians, returns to Pend Oreille County June 14th and 15th. From Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise, a 5K fun run, and food vendors from across the region, this event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Get your tickets to hear from the country's foremost experts about their Bigfoot sightings and fieldwork both Saturday and Sunday. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mfbigfoot.com.
Just look at those beautiful plants and flowers from the Plant Farm. The Plant Farm is Spokane's go-to garden center. A promise of trust and confidence comes with the healthiest plants from the Plant Farm because their plants and flowers are grown right here. Get annuals, perennials, roses, trees, shrubs, and their signature hanging baskets and more, even indoor plants. Head to the Plant Farm, Spokane's go-to garden center on 4th between Evergreen and Adams in the Spokane Valley because life is better in the garden.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Granite.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Good morning and welcome back. It's 6:16. Imagine a space for every student to participate in activities regardless of ability.
Yesterday, this became a reality for more than 200 special education high schoolers in the Spokane School District. New here on Good Morning Northwest, our Alexandra Konyartz shares how this event is changing high school environments.
We've kind of started this mantra at Shadle that everyone will be celebrated.
Shadle High School special education teachers Darby Schmidlkofer and Kelly Krailkamp have long been dreaming of an event like this, bringing together Spokane School District's special education students.
Inclusion is paramount and at the forefront of our brain always. We want to make sure that students feel as though they're getting their actual high school experience.
A memorable part of that high school experience is Field Day. Darby and Kelly took this tradition to another level through an adapted version specifically designed for their students.
And that is done through spaces like this, a sensory tent. It is especially made for people with lower mobility that might not be able to engage with these toys, colors, or music on a daily basis, giving them a new opportunity to unleash their creativity.
The fun did not stop there. Students got to compete in numerous sports, play in blow-up obstacle courses, or even pet ponies.
The madness is beautiful here. Everyone knows what's going on, and everyone's got each other's back.
And the costumes you see are not a coincidence. The event, Themed Heroes Unite, is meant to show we are all heroes on the same team. This opportunity made participants feel
great.
It feels nice. I feel happy with my students.
For Darby and Kelly, this happiness and accomplishing the goal of creating a space for these high schoolers to just be themselves is startling.
There are no words to describe the greatness and the smiles on the students' faces to know that they belong and they're welcome and they're included and they're alongside their peers, all of their peers.
Reporting from Spokane, Alexandra Konyartz, 4 News Now.
So awesome. So many great memories, I'm
Good
sure.
for them. Look at this. This is a live bloom right there. The lilac trees are in bloom in the bushes. Oh, and they smell amazing. This is up at Manitou, obviously in the lilac garden.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah. They're smelling up everywhere. But one of Spokane's oldest traditions returns this Saturday night. And speaking of lilacs, the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade, otherwise known as the Lilac Parade. This event is put on by the Spokane Lilac Festival. There will be events all week, culminating with the parade on Saturday night at 7:30. The parade features local marching bands, floats, and military and veteran organizations. You can find more information on the parade. Just head to KXLY.com. But Matt, I'm sure a lot of people are hoping you don't rain on the parade.
I know.
Don't be lilac in a raincoat.
Blackened?
Nobody?
Lacking? Oh, I get it.
Nobody?
Oh, my God.
All right. I'm walking off.
Had to think
See
way too
ya.
hard about it.
We're
Bye.
a little tired today, Matt.
Oh, no,
That was
man.
a good one. I'm sorry.
Was it good? I don't know.
I hope, hopefully you at home, maybe you enjoyed that, maybe you didn't. I don't know. Let's talk about your weather. So a little bit cooler in many areas this morning, thanks to some clearing or slightly clearing conditions. Still pretty warm in the LC Valley at 50, foggy and 36 in Colville this morning. And we're a little bit cooler in Spokane than we were over the last couple of mornings. For this afternoon, temperatures in the mid 60s in Spokane, but only low 60s and a little bit cloudier on the Idaho side of the state line. We'll see 70s in dry conditions in places like Moses Lake and Omak. This is going to be a very brief window where we will see not all that much in the way of wet weather, just a couple of sprinkles around the Palouse this morning, then dry for most of us in the afternoon. But the next storm system, you can see it. It's getting going out there, and there'll be rain in western Washington this afternoon as a result. Speaking of rain, we also have an opportunity, I believe, for one or two showers or maybe a thunderstorm, isolated thunderstorm up north around Pend Oreille County, Boundary County as well. Our far northern reaches here in the inland northwest. This is the afternoon, late afternoon, early evening. Rain in the Cascades, but pretty quiet until we get to the early morning around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, where we'll wake up to some wet weather. That's how we'll start the day, and then we'll see those pop-up afternoon showers, much like we've seen for pretty much every day this week, except for the afternoon that's about to come for us today. Then as we head into Saturday, waking up to more rain. A big broad storm system is going to be moving right over us on Saturday and Sunday. And that is a recipe for some soggy conditions, especially as we get into Saturday afternoon, more activity into your evening. So you need to have a raincoat. You need to be ready for rain if you are headed to the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade on Saturday evening in Spokane. And then this is a new trend here, which is for Sunday, bringing a lot of moisture swirling around this big system, and then perhaps making a very soggy start for us on Sunday morning. So both days in your 7-day forecast are going to be, for the weekend, are going to be pretty soggy. Yeah, just make sure that you are planning indoor activities, or at least be ready for rain if you do venture outside. So
okie dokie.
You know, it's spring. These things happen.
They do happen.
We're just getting those April showers a month later. No, because we didn't see them last.
I know. We kind of got used to the dryness, right? But,
Yeah.
you know, we need the rain, so it's probably good this is happening now.
We do. Sorry about the parade, everyone, though.
Bummer. Good morning, Northwest. Time right now is 6:23.
Well, sorry about this, too. After taking a pummeling in Game 3 of the WHL Finals, the Spokane Chiefs looked to get a win at home last night in Game 4 and keep the series within reach. Sports reporter Sydney Berger has the highlights from last night's game next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Your next big adventure has been here the whole time. The Spokane Symphony 80th season is waiting for you. Get your season subscriptions today.
The new spring inventory is rolling in this week at Findlay Downtown Toyota. And that means it's a great time to spend your summer in a new Toyota. Whether you're pulling the boat with a new truck or taking a road trip in a cool 4Runner, Findlay has the perfect Toyota for you. It's simple. If you're looking for bigger savings, a better selection to choose from, and the best financing available now, you can find it all this week at Findlay.
The Blue Compass RV All-American Summer Road Trip is on, with new RVs starting at just $97 a month, plus in-store only specials at our 100-plus locations coast to coast. Big country, big adventure, big savings, only at Blue Compass RV.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Moses Lake is the perfect place for family getaways and exploring.
From camping, fishing, and ATVing around the lake to outdoor concerts, farmers markets, and air shows, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Visit tourmoseslake.com.
Annual events like Springfest, the Moses Lake Air Show, and the Grant County Fair are a blast. And check out the BMX State Qualifier, Vintage Hydroplane Test and Tune Days, and the Sand Scorpion Freestyle event.
For a low-key vacation, how about the Great Gulf, Water Park, or one-day Art Fest? The Amani Festival, celebrating Hispanic cultures, takes place in September.
Moses Lake, Washington. It's the perfect place to explore.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to kxly.com/travel4adventures.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for almost $1 a day to get your body sculpted for the swimsuit season.
Your next big adventure has been here the whole time. The Spokane Symphony 80th season is waiting for you. Get your season subscriptions today.
The Spokane Chiefs were looking for Game 4 to be their bounce-back outing and a chance to keep the series in reach. But now they face an uphill climb, down 3-1 in the WHL Championship. The Medicine Hat Tigers just one win away from the title. Spokane and Medicine Hat were neck and neck when it comes to shots on goal, the Tigers with just 4 more. But the storyline last night was penalties against Spokane, detrimental ones at that. 3 of the 5 goals scored by the Tigers were power plays, including when Nathan Mays and Rasmus Ekstrom were in the box together. The Tigers were down their star player, Gavin McKenna, for the second night in a row. Medicine Hat, though, still able to get things done without their projected first overall NHL draft pick. The Tigers scored 4 goals in the second period, kept the score at 5-2 to conclude the third.
They played a good game. They played a textbook game once they got the lead. They're very structured, very detailed on shutting us down and making us go 200 feet.
Now the only thing guaranteed is Game 5. It's one last chance for the Chiefs to save their championship run and their season. It's happening Friday inside the arena. And if the Chiefs pull off a win, Game 6 will move back to Medicine Hat, Alberta. That'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
In this morning's GMA First Look, climbing out of debt.
It's great to actually feel like you're taking control of the situation rather than being a victim of your own bad choices.
Tracy Schultz calls her Massachusetts apartment a sanctuary, a home filled with color, character, and now peace of mind. Just a few years ago, Tracy was drowning in credit card debt after a breakup left her covering rent on her own. She managed to rack up a $20,000 balance.
I was coasting, making the minimum payments, and then all of a sudden it got to the point where I didn't have enough in my budget to cover the minimum of what was due every month. And that's when I realized that I was in trouble.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more of the tips that helped her erase her debt and how you can take the first steps to get your finances in order. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
What are folks 60 and older learning these days?
New perspectives. How to fix things. Fun recipes.
This is not a procedure. It's just a hard-working cream.
Revitalift Triple Power with pro-retinol, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin C visibly reduces wrinkles, firms, and brightens skin in 1 week.
Ladies, it's time to ask for more.
Revitalift Triple Power by L'Oreal Paris.
Pain means pause on the things you love, but green means go. Among neck pain sufferers, BioFreeze Gel was found to be 2 times more effective than ice. So you can keep on going. BioFreeze. Green means go.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
Prosser Digestive Health Center offers the full spectrum of digestive health care. Services provided by board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Jack Brandenburg include colon cancer screenings, treatment for swallowing problems, inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and more. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
So you've been thinking about upgrading your air conditioner for a while now. But with tariffs right around the corner, that waiting could cost you big time. Fortunately, Bill's Heating and AC planned ahead and stocked our warehouse full of pre-tariff air conditioners. Same comfort, same quality, without the coming price hike. But this equipment won't last long, so don't wait until prices go up. Take advantage of pre-tariff pricing and our lowest price guarantee. Call Bill's Heating and AC today and lock in comfort before comfort costs more.
It's the Click It RV Spokane Pre-Memorial Day Sales Event. Huge manufacturer's discounts from Forest River, StarCraft, and more. Get 0 down financing and no payment for 90 days. And get top dollar for your trade. And as our way of saying thank you, active military and veterans get a $500 parts and service card. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. And get a 65-inch TV with every purchase. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So don't miss the Click It RV Spokane Pre-Memorial Day Sales Event. May 18th through the 30th.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We are kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker following the stories people are reading about online this morning.
Take a look at this. San Antonio mom. She is charged with terrorism for allegedly buying ammunition and tactical gear for her son. Police say he was planning mass violence at his middle school. Ashley Pardo apparently knew about her son's intentions, but still provided him with that ammunition and tactical gear as a reward for babysitting his younger siblings, even after warnings from police and school officials. Pardo was arrested Monday and remains in custody.
Well, this morning, the star witness in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, is expected to face some tough questions during cross-examination. Prosecutors have charged the music mogul with racketeering and sex trafficking. Yesterday, the jury heard graphic testimony from Ventura about her 11-year relationship with Combs, saying she felt trapped in a life of physical and sexual abuse. Combs' attorneys are expected to attack her credibility during today's cross-examination.
A TikTok live stream turned tragic in western Mexico when 23-year-old beauty influencer Valeria Marquez was shot and killed on camera at her salon. Authorities say gunmen entered and fired at her as she was broadcasting to thousands of viewers. The case is being investigated as a suspected femicide, highlighting Mexico's ongoing crisis of violence against women.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It's Thursday, May 15th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray and your first alert forecast kicking us off this morning.
All right, we're kicking us off with some slightly cooler temperatures this morning, thanks to a little bit more clear skies out there. We're in the 40s in Spokane, low 40s, mid 40s in Coeur d'Alene, not a bunch of change there. Low 40s for Pullman, Ritzville as well, and in Omak. We are seeing upper 30s this morning in Colville and a little bit of fog to get our day started there in Northeast Washington. Now, we are expecting a much drier weather day than we've had for the past few days around here, but there are still a couple of sprinkles we're keeping an eye on this morning, especially around the Colfax area, Garfield, the Palouse region as well, places like around Rock Lake as well in northern Whitman County. Also seeing some light 5-minute showers. We're seeing a 5-minute shower as well around the Wolf Lodge Bay area, just down the road rather from Coeur d'Alene. It'll be tracking off into the mountains and towards 4th of July Pass. Once again, nothing that's going to really super inconvenience your day. And so most of us, the vast majority of us, are going to stay dry for Thursday. Coming up, we'll show you where that may be a bit of a difference. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yeah, you should be ready for rain. And we'll take a closer look at the weekend forecast coming up.
We are following breaking news out of Turkey. Ukraine and Russia are set to hold their first direct talks in more than 3 years. Here you can see Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arriving in Turkey this morning. The meeting is scheduled for today, but Russian President Vladimir Putin will not be attending. President Zelensky says he's in, and he's also challenging Putin to meet face-to-face. But the Kremlin says that's not happening. Instead, Putin is sending a team led by a top aide. Now, that decision is casting doubt on how far these talks will go. Meanwhile, other world leaders say Putin needs to be there. We'll continue to follow this developing story and bring you updates as they come in. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Investigators say Tuesday's shooting at a Spokane apartment complex may have been in self-defense.
Detectives believe the shooting victim had already stabbed one person to death when he was shot. It happened at the Hart Terrace Apartments near 11th Avenue and Ray Street. Detectives say a man with a knife attacked a woman at the apartment complex. She wasn't really hurt as another tenant pulled her inside another unit for safety. Then the man with the knife attacked a man in a stairwell. That man died at the scene. The person with the knife then tried to attack another man who was out walking his dog, and that is when investigators say the man with the dog pulled out a gun and shot the attacker in self-defense. The shooter tried to give first aid, but the man with the knife did not survive. We spoke with a neighbor who lives near the apartment complex and was home during the shooting, saying the severity of events really surprised him.
Yeah, not too worried after that. I have noticed activity similar to this, but not as extreme in the recent past.
Spokane County Medical Examiner will release the names of the people killed. Now, police would still like to hear from witnesses or anyone who may have surveillance footage. If you can help, call Crime Check 509-456-2233. Brian Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in November of 2022, will be back in court in about an hour and a half.
This is likely the last hearing before his highly anticipated trial begins this summer. Allison Martinez is back in studio live this morning to tell us about one of the most discussed pieces of evidence.
Today's hearing will allow both the defense and prosecution to check in with the judge and address any outstanding issues before the trial officially starts in August. This story has captured the attention of the nation, inspiring multiple true crime documentaries, including one on Dateline that just aired last week. Judge Stephen Hippler has made significant rulings on what will be allowed and what is not permitted. A big point of discussion has been over genetic genealogy. The parties have agreed on how to address that evidence, which was used to first identify Kohberger in this case. The genetic genealogy evidence has been controversial because the defense says it was illegally obtained. Prosecutors say that was just one piece of the puzzle to initially connect Kohberger to the crime, but they have other evidence and will not rely on the investigative genetic genealogy evidence to prove their case. The hearing is scheduled to start at 8 a.m. today. We will be streaming it live on KXLY Plus and KXLY.com. Jury selection is scheduled to begin in late July, with the trial slated to start August 11th. If convicted, Kohberger could face the death penalty. Reporting in studio, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thanks. Business owners around the Ridpath Apartments in downtown Spokane are concerned about drug use in that area. Statistics from the Spokane Police say violent crime and property crime reports are down 15% compared to this time last year in the downtown area. But one business owner who works right across the street from the Ridpath says it's worse than ever.
Yeah, it's definitely more consistent. There's a lot of drug use. Often people get their drugs at the Ridpath, commute the 2 blocks here, go under the viaducts and stay under the viaducts. But yeah, like I said, I have empathy for addiction.
Building owner Mark Karchner, who you just heard from there, hopes the city and the county will collaborate more to clean up that area.
The STA held a grand opening ceremony for its newly upgraded transit center in Spokane Valley yesterday. The Marabou Transit Center is on East Indiana near Latah Creek Wine Cellars. The goal of this transit center is to make getting around the eastern part of Spokane County easier and safer. The park and ride includes 207 parking spots and security cameras on the platform and in the parking lot for added safety.
We wanted this to be very inviting, open, just aesthetically attractive, a place to hang out, wait for the bus.
It also provides the connections to several bus routes. Good morning, Northwest Time, 6:38.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray as we're starting to plan out our Thursday and maybe even our weekend.
Yeah, the weekend definitely something we're going to have to put a little extra effort as far as plans go. A little bit of fog this morning in some areas after some of the wet weather in northeastern Washington yesterday. This is Colville behind me. Meanwhile, the sun is out in Spokane. We'll show you how long you could expect those sunny skies coming up.
While overdose deaths are dropping nationwide, Spokane County is seeing a shocking rise. The medical examiner telling us deaths have jumped more than 300% in just 5 years. We'll talk about what's behind the trend. That's coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY Plus.
If you've been in a motorcycle accident, the stakes are often big.
Big injuries, immense pain, and huge medical bills.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
This year, make your home more energy efficient and beautiful with McVey Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Did you know McVey Brothers sells the popular Coeur d'Alene windows? And last year, the 6,000 Window and Door Series won the prestigious Energy Star Efficiency Award. Well, right now, when you purchase a 6000 series window, we'll match your energy rebate based on current utility rebates. Plus, give you $500 off any roof you add to the job. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
For the 3rd year in a row, Sturm Heating proudly stands as one of the top HVAC companies in the greater Spokane region. Our team of over 80 HVAC experts prioritize your comfort and air quality utilizing today's most advanced systems. With 80 years of experience, we embody strength, technical excellence, and community commitment. Trust us for unparalleled service. Discover more at sturmheating.com. Your comfort, our legacy. Sturm Heating since 1945, and we're just getting started.
Welcome to Wonders of the World. Come feel the magic inside. Fascinating and powerful crystals from the dawn of time. Incredible natural wonders and prehistoric artifacts. And talk about magic, you should come to Fantasyland. Thousands of pieces of fabulous jewelry and literally millions of beads. Remarkable, astonishing, and whimsical. Come visit Wonders of the World. There's magic inside, and you can take some home.
If you've been in a motorcycle accident, the stakes are often big.
Big injuries, immense pain, and huge medical bills.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:41. The CDC recently released data showing that there were 30,000 fewer overdose deaths in 2024 compared to 2023. Now, this is a 27% drop and the lowest rate that we've seen in the last 5 years. The report also shows that synthetic opioids like fentanyl is involved in most of these OD deaths, but those deaths linked to synthetic opioids have decreased even more to 37%. And while nationally overdose death rates are down here in Spokane, they've skyrocketed over the years.
And the medical examiner for Spokane County, Dr. Veena Singh, spoke to us regarding fentanyl deaths in our city.
In the last 5 years, it's been more than a 300% increase in overdose deaths, right? That's just deaths. And I don't really have access to the data of people overdosing and surviving. This is just purely just the number of people who are dying in our community.
And Singh says these deaths affect all age ranges.
Infants and toddlers, all the way up to, I think, 77 or 78 is our oldest person.
And contrary to popular belief, the majority of these overdose deaths are happening in homes and apartments instead of on the streets of downtown or in homeless camps. If you or someone you know is struggling, the Spokane Regional Health District offers an opioid treatment program for those seeking help with addiction. You can watch my full conversation with Dr. Singh, by the way. Look for my special report on KXLY.com.
10-second takeaway today for your weather. We got a one-day break from rain for the vast majority of us, but it'll be a wet start to Friday across the inland Northwest. We'll also have wet weather this weekend.
Grocery prices are high enough these days, but Consumer Report says supermarkets around the country are overcharging customers for some products marked as being on sale.
In about half of the stores we looked at, there were significant price tag errors.
A Consumer Reports investigation found widespread price label errors at 26 Kroger-owned grocery stores in more than a dozen states. We'll have an in-depth look at the problem and how you can make sure you are paying the right price at the checkout tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest. Our time now is 6:43.
We'll have Matt's full forecast coming up right after this commercial break. Stick around.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
At Cal Cars, you never know what you'll find, like all-wheel drives, tricked-out high-performance trucks, sporty low-mileage SUVs, and and reliable, fun rides.
We always have cool rides at SoFast.
Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Toyota, Mercedes, BMW.
If you need a certain style of vehicle, we will find it for you. Plus, every rig comes with a 1-month, 1,000-mile warranty.
And $50 down is all you need.
The inventory changes quickly because we price them right.
Regain your quality of life with expert spine care at Prosser Memorial Health. Neurological spine surgeon Dr. David Yam, with over 20 years of experience, specializes in comprehensive spine care, minimally invasive surgery, and disc replacement. Dr. Yam is now seeing patients at our new Spine Center locations in Prosser and Walla Walla. Call 509-786-5599 today to schedule your appointment. New, returning, and second opinion patients welcome. The new Spine Center at Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
We run, we sweat, we walk, we talk to that sweet donut station at the end of the block. So join our Joya family, hurry, don't wait. You will have so much fun right out of the gate. So tie your shoes in, hurry, you don't want to be late to get those donuts all over your plate. Sprinkles, 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 sprinkles. Woo! Sprinkles, 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 sprinkles.
Celebrating 30 breathtaking years, one extraordinary show. The dance and music spectacular that took the world by storm and captured the hearts of millions. Riverdance. And now, experience the passion and energy of this mesmerizing show live on stage. Riverdance, the new generation. Coming to First Interstate Centre for the Arts, May 28th and 29th. Get tickets now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
Give us a call today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture.
Welcome back at 6:46. Warmer weather means families are heading to Lake Coeur d'Alene.
But years of mining runoff have left behind metals and other contaminants in the water and soil. Now, for the first time in 2 decades, Idaho is testing more than 30 popular beaches to see if contaminant levels could put your children and family at risk.
We're most concerned from a human health standpoint, lead and arsenic are the metals that tend to stay in higher concentrations than you'd see in the natural sediments. And we're concerned mostly with kids getting exposed to those.
Previous studies have shown beaches along the lake are safe, but could contaminant levels be rising? I'll break down how the study was conducted and what results the experts are expecting in my special report tonight at 6 o'clock right here on 4 News Now.
Yeah, really important stuff to be aware of, especially when you think about all the kids digging in the sand and
playing in the water, sand, everything.
Playing in the parks as well. Here's a live look this morning. A gorgeous morning there at Manitou.
Beautiful.
Yeah, lovely down there by the lilac trees.
Hey, going to be a pretty nice day for the vast majority of us. There's still going to be some sprinkles out there. We'll show you where they're going to show up, but a lot of us are going to get a break today. We'll see more sunshine than the last couple of days here as well. So all positives, especially when you consider what's coming up in the weekend forecast. Uh-oh. All right, we'll get there when we get there. Let's talk about right now. 42 in Spokane, a little bit cooler this morning, some fair weather clouds, things looking very nice. Roads still a little bit wet from some overnight rain in Coeur d'Alene and a little cloudier, at least for the moment. Temperatures right around 44. We'll be up into the low 60s. A few spots in North Idaho only make the upper 50s. We'll see some 70s again in the Columbia Basin. Temperatures have not changed all that much over the past several days. That will not, that trend will continue today. And then look here, Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry. Yeah, a chance for a little bit of wet weather later on. Now, we are seeing some sprinkles around the Palouse this morning, and so that is something that's likely to continue at least for the next few hours. By 11 in the morning, however, we're looking towards Boundary County and across the western parts of Montana to see some wet weather developing here. So an isolated thunderstorm likely here right in the far northern reaches of Idaho near the international border. Otherwise, expect things to be on the quiet side. Now, let's turn our attention to the Cascades. You can see wet weather in western Washington. Going to take its time getting across the mountains, but once it does, which will be sometime after 5 p.m., then we're going to be watching for this wet weather. So let's take a broader look here, because as we wake up on Friday morning, wet weather's moving through. It'll be another showery afternoon, and then things really start cranking up on Saturday. So by the time we get to Saturday afternoon and evening, we have widespread showers, and there is more to come here as we are right smack dab in the middle of this big broad weather system that stretches from Wyoming all the way to the BC coast. And as we head into Sunday morning, guess what? The opportunity for more rain. In fact, could be quite a lot of rain around the upper parts of this big weather system. So the takeaway here is that Saturday and Sunday both have a very, very good chance of rain. If you're headed to the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade on Saturday, if you're making plans to attend, make sure you plan to have rain gear along for the ride as well. We'll take a look at your weather after the weekend, see if there's any more dry weather to come in your 7-day forecast coming up here in a few minutes.
Oh, my fingers are crossed.
Fingers and toes.
Dry weather, please.
It's gonna be dodgy.
Okay.
But, you know, there's still a chance.
Always a chance.
Might get a break there.
Thanks, Matt. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:50 on the dot.
Your morning sprints coming up next. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on this Thursday. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
At Liberty Park, we've been growing our own since 1928, and we continue to be your go-to greenhouse for all your gardening needs, including custom container planting. We have a colorful selection of annuals, perennials, and hanging baskets. With several varieties of tomatoes and other veggie starts, we have all you need to kick off your vegetable garden. We also carry yard art, soil, and pots of all sizes and colors. Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center is now open in the historic South Perry District.
New York City's hottest hits are landing right here in Spokane. Join SDCU Best of Broadway, live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. It's lights up on a thrilling new season. Moulin Rouge, the musical, The Notebook, Back to the Future, Some Like It Hot, and the epic return of Disney's The Lion King. You just have to be there. Get your season tickets and get swept away at shows.broadwayspokane.com.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve. Don't let big insurance get ahead of you.
Our team acts quickly to handle everything for you.
After my recent accident, I knew I needed help, so I called Craig Swap & Associates. They really fought for me and treated me fairly every step of the way.
Don't wait. Call Craig Swap & Associates today and let us handle it for you. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Attention! Save up to 50% at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa tent sale this weekend at Spokane Valley Mall. Don't put off buying any longer. You can have a hot tub now. Over 50 models on display. Every floor model must go. Come see revolutionary swim spas that can heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa blowout sale this weekend at Spokane Valley Mall. Call 1-833-OUR-SPAS or go to discountspas.com.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
Meteorologist Matt Gray tracking cloudy skies and more rain moving in.
Hannah Joy is following some breaking news about a missing teen in Spokane.
But first, Allison Martinez in studio with details on what to expect in today's hearing for Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students.
Today, Bryan Kohberger will be back in court in Boise for the last scheduled hearing before his August trial. Both sides will check in with the judge on any outstanding issues that need to be discussed before the trial starts. Recent pretrial hearings have touched on the admissibility of key pieces of evidence, including Kohberger's autism diagnosis, DNA analysis, his Amazon purchase history, and a witness's description of the suspect's, quote, bushy eyebrows. Will be streaming on KXL Live Plus.
Well, the sun is coming out from behind the clouds in many areas this morning, and it is going to be the driest day of the week across the inland northwest, where we'll only see just 1 or 2 isolated sprinkles or light showers, mainly in the mountains across North Idaho. Elsewhere, things looking pretty nice. We'll see low to mid 60s, so temperatures not changing all that much. Expect the clouds to start building late this afternoon as we are getting ready for another round of rain, which will begin late tonight.
The Spokane Public Schools Board voted unanimously to put its bond in the Together Spokane initiative on the November ballot. Spokane Parks and Rec approved its levy for the same election last week. The Boys and Girls Club is a key partner in this initiative. If the bond and levy pass together, the club plans to move and open locations within Adams and Madison elementary schools, expanding after-school programs and resources for more kids across Spokane.
This morning, a 16-year-old girl is missing. This is Sierra Quattlebaum. She was last seen on Monday morning in North Spokane near East Magnesium and Nevada Street. According to Spokane police, Sierra has a medical condition that could become life-threatening if untreated. Sierra is 5'3", weighs about 115 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black hoodie, gray sweatpants, and white Crocs. If you've seen Sierra, call Crime Check at 509-456-2233.
Business owners around the Ridpath Apartments in downtown Spokane are concerned about drug use in the area. Statistics from Spokane police say violent crime and property crime reports are actually down 15% compared to this time last year in the downtown area. But a business owner who works right across the street from the Ridpath says it's worse there than ever.
A Washington Supreme Court ruling allows people to clear old drug possession convictions, but proposed state budget cuts could end funding for legal help. The Way to Justice, a Spokane nonprofit, relies on this funding to guide people through the expungement process. Now, this group faces uncertainty as lawmakers cut funding from the budget. The Way to Justice says that it will keep helping clients for now, but if state support ends, the group will need to find a new way to fund this public service.
The Supreme Court is taking up a case today that could change who qualifies for U.S. citizenship at birth. Justices will decide if children born in the U.S. to non-citizens are automatically citizens, a direct challenge to President Trump's executive order. Federal judges blocked that order, but the court's ruling, expected by early summer, could have wide-ranging effects on immigration and presidential authority. For updates on the case, tune in to Good Morning America.
One of Spokane's oldest traditions returns this Saturday night. It's the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade, otherwise known as the Lilac Parade. This event is put on by the Spokane Lilac Festival. There are events all week long, culminating with the parade Saturday night at 7:30. The parade features local marching bands, floats, and military and veteran organizations. You can find more parade information on KXLY.com.
One of Spokane County's most beloved parks is back open. Bear Lake Regional Park is about a 30-minute drive north of Spokane. The park has been closed for the past year while county officials made significant safety and accessibility improvements. Those changes were inspired by this man, Fred Margiotta. Years ago, he came here to fish when the retaining wall he was on collapsed, sending him into the water. He returned for the reopening, emotional to see how much the park had improved. That failed retaining wall, now a thing of the past at Bear Lake. To see what replaced it and how it'll help keep families safe, just look for this story on KXLY.com.
And hitting the lake is just one of the many things that you and your family can do this spring and summer here in the inland Northwest. And right now, we're in the middle of creating our Get Outside guide. We are curating a list of the best, mostly free outdoor experiences and want your help to build it. Whether it's a hidden gem or a family favorite, let us know on KXLY.com/GetOutside. Share your favorite outdoor adventures.
We will be back with a final check of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray right after this quick break.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley County. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
Is your favorite beach contaminated? For the first time in decades, Idaho is testing the sand and water where your kids play. I'm Natalie Grant. I'll show you how the testing works, why it's happening now, and what it could reveal about hidden risks. Watch Thursday at 6 on 4 News Now.
Wherever the road takes you, Chevy is ready to drive you forward. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters. And every path leads to new possibilities. Get 2.9% financing plus no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2025 Equinox models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Beautiful flowers in Manitou Park here this morning. Yeah, things looking pretty nice for the start of this morning around Spokane as the sun has come out in many areas. We'll see partly cloudy skies today, but the clouds build late in the day on what will be the only dry day this week as we see rain by the time we are getting up on Friday morning. If you're making plans this weekend, well, if you're making plans outside, you definitely need a raincoat. Saturday and Sunday both have a very good chance for wet weather, but it does look like late or by the middle of next week we'll actually be into a drying trend, so that'll be fun.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in today for Good Morning Northwest here on KXLY.
We'll see you throughout the morning on GMA. It starts right now.